Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Zita, and on my channel I do DIYs and makeovers on a budget. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at OakWell Home. So let's get started on today's DIYs and see what I've created. I found this crate at the thrift store, or what I think is a crate. It could be a child's doll cradle as well. You'll see me take like some rockers off the bottom. Let me know in the comments if you think it's a crate or if you think it's like a doll's cradle. And for these sides here, it was like higher on one end compared to on the other. There's my $5 price tag. It's quite a large crate. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you think this was a little cradle or if it is some kind of crate. I don't know what this would be used for with the rockers. So I'm getting those off and I'm going to keep those in my stash. I can use those for another craft, maybe even like a sailboat or some handles or something with the shape of them. This had quite a bit of like old staples there in the bottom of the crate, so I'm going to pull those out with some pliers, and then we're going to get started on cutting those sides off to level out with the front of the crate, because when I saw this crate in the thrift store I didn't realize that each end was a different height, so that's the reason I cut them off. Otherwise maybe I might have left them, but it kind of looks like an old style, so with those little, with that design, so I thought just make it straight across and that'll make it more modern. So I'm going to cut that off. First I'm trying out my what do you call that there? Oh, what kind of saw is this again? It has escaped my mind. Hand saw. This is the circular saw I'm going to try next. My goodness, why am I escaping the name of that first saw I used? It will come to me after. Then I'm going to give it a scuff sand and then apply my paint. And I'm trying this new Fusion paint. It's kind of in between a chalk paint and their regular paint. But first I'm going to secure it down with some more brad nails, and because once I cut those sides it did kind of loosen up some of that, so I'm just going to make it really secure here, and then I'm going to start my painting. Okay, I remember the name of that first saw I used to cut the sides. It's a jigsaw. I don't know why it escaped my mind. And there's a Fusion paint, a new line of paint they have. It's a limestone and chalk paint, and this color is called Juniper. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. Let me know what you think of this color, and let me know if you've tried this paint yet. And yeah, I thought I'd give it a try and see how it distressed, see how it applied compared to their mineral paint, which I absolutely love their mineral paint. The colors go so far, you don't need to use a lot. And this piece did need 2 coats. So I applied the first coat, let it dry for a little bit, and then applied the second coat. So I won't bore you with showing you the first coat and the second coat. After I finish with my painting, I did seal the paint in with some polyacrylic and gave it 1 coat of polyacrylic, and then I'm going to apply some transfers. So once the polyacrylic is dry, now I'm applying my transfers. These are some that I had left over in my stash. I want to try and use it up. These are the redesigned transfers. I do have some IOD transfers as well, but I've had these ones for a while, so I want to use these up. And make sure your piece is dry, friends, because your transfers will not stick properly if you do not be patient and let your piece dry. Ask me how I know that. I've tested it. So be patient, let your piece dry, and then apply your transfers. So I'm kind of just picking through these floral transfers that I have and just kind of placing them and see where everything looks good. And I'm just using my tool that comes with the transfers to press it down and then just kind of pull back the backing, and works out pretty good. These transfers are so great for making over DIY projects. They're easy and simple to apply. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, I'm applying my last piece here. Thought about applying another butterfly, but I wanted to give some space in between the flowers as well. Isn't that beautiful, friends? I think it looks gorgeous. It just makes the piece look so much better. And I am putting this out on my patio to dress up my patio a little bit more. I'm going to put some lanterns and some decor in there. So the last step here is to apply some wax to seal in those transfers and to seal in that paint. And here is what it looked like before, and here is what it looks like after. Let me know in the comments, friends, what you think of this piece. I picked these up at the thrift store for 50 cents each, just square clear glass containers. So I thought I'd turn them into some simple planters for some snake plants that I'm going to separate from the plants that I already have. And I want to put some like white stone in the bottom, and then some soil, and then the snake plants. But I just want to give it a nice little copper stripe, and just make them nice and simple, so the focus is the soil and the rocks and the plant. So first I'm gonna wash these up, which I've done already, and then I'm going to apply some tape on each one of these so I can get a nice clear stripe, and I'm going to use some painter's tape to do that, and let's get going here. So first I'm using my painter's tape, and I'm using the width of the tape as a guide to figure out where I want my stripe. And then once I have that in place, I'm going to place the tape around the whole jar from one end to the other. And then I'm going to use some little bags. I got some dog poop bags here that I'm going to tape on so I don't get any paint on the inside of my cleared glass jars. And then I'm going to just tape up the bottom with some tape. And then I'm going to use some copper spray paint. And the copper spray paint I'm using, I found at the thrift store. So friends, if you're looking for some spray paint, don't forget to check out the thrift store when you're there looking for items to thrift. You can also look for some spray paint and see if they have any of that kind of stuff around, because some of it is like full cans of spray paint for a couple of dollars. Now you will see that I did make a mistake when I started spraying these. What I meant to do first was spray a clear coat for my stripe first, and then spray my spray paint on, so my spray paint has something to stick to, because sometimes with glass, you need to put like some kind of clear coat on, or like a Mod Podge or polyacrylic, just to give your paint something to adhere to. So you see here, I started with the copper spray paint, and I did not mean to do that. I meant to start with the clear coat, and you'll see me put a clear coat on after this has dried. So I did put a clear coat on to make sure that it stick, because I noticed when I was spraying this that it wasn't sticking the greatest. So now I put my clear coat on, and I'm going to give it another coat of the copper spray paint, and then I'm going to put another clear coat on to seal that paint. So don't make the mistake I did. Put your clear coat on first so your paint has something to adhere to, and then put your spray paint on. So once that's all dried, I'm taking my tape off and taking the bags off here. I'm at the sink so I don't get a mess of that paint on my counters or anything. So I'm just taking everything off here, and you'll see that I have a nice clean copper line because of that tape that I put on. This is a little messy to take off, but I do eventually get it all off. So now that I have all the tape off, you can see the nice clean line there. I'm just going to give them a wipe down to get all the any extra paint off there. And now I'm going to start building my container to put my snake plants in. So I have some white stones here from my stash. I've had these for quite a while. So I'm going to put these in all 3 pots at the bottom, and just even them all out, make sure they're all even. And then I'm going to add my soil in, and then I'm going to add my snake plants in. So you may be thinking, okay, these planters don't have any holes in the bottom. And like I said, I am putting snake plants in these, and snake plants don't need a lot of water. So you can get away with the stones because you don't have to water them very often. I've had these for a while now, and they're working out great, and I've actually sold 2, and I still have 1 left, and they're doing fine. So if you find some nice jars at the thrift store like this, and you want to use them as planters, they're great for snake plants or any kind of plant that doesn't need a lot of water, that can get away with some stones in the bottom, you know, somewhere for the water to drain. So as I said, I'm just going to even out the white stones here and then put my soil in. And I am going to wet my soil so it doesn't make a mess on my counter, and it's easier to put in my, my planters and then my snake plants. So here I have my snake plant, and I'm going to split it apart there so I can use my planters to get some new snake plants. And I've replanted these snake plants a couple times. So as you can see there, I'm just breaking apart some of it. I think there's 2 on this one that I break apart. And I'm just going to put that in my wet soil there and just put some more soil on top and compact them in, and they're all ready to be watered. So here's the before and here is the after. Let me know in the comments what you think of these. I've had this dark tray in my stash for a while, and in my bathroom on top of my toilet with some containers, but I wasn't really happy with the color, but never got around to it. I'm sure you guys have projects like that too, where it just sits there, and you're like, oh, I should paint that, I should paint that. Well, today's the day. I'm painting it, and I'm going to change it up. I want to paint it white. And now I did start out with doing like a boho stamp on this, one of the IOD stamps, but it looked too messy for me, and I ended up repainting it and putting some transfers on it. But first, I'm giving it a coat of paint here. I have 2 colors mixed up from a couple of little small oopsie paints that I found at the Home Depot. So I mixed up 2 colors to get the white that I want. And on the back here I had some sticky, so I got to take that off, and then I'm going to paint the back as well. You know, you probably won't be able to see that, but I feel like I have a finished project if I, you know, paint the whole thing. You know, first I was just going to paint around those corners. As you can see, I left those stickies on, but I changed my mind. I took off those stickies and I painted the whole thing. It's just kind of my thing. I just feel like my project's not finished if I don't complete the front and the back, even though you can't see the back. How about you guys, friends? do you guys do this? Paint the front and the back, even though you can't see the back? So here, after the paint is dry on the front and the back, I'm using a polyacrylic to seal it in and to make it wipeable because it is going to be in the bathroom. And like I said, you'll see me use the IOD Bohemian stamp first, and then I repaint it all over again, apply the polyacrylic again, and then put on some beautiful floral transfers. So friends, this is what the tray looks like. I'm not too sure about it. I don't know, I think it kind of looks too messy. It's really hard to get around these corners and make it look nice, but it doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look the greatest either. So I don't know, I might just paint it again and just do a transfer on it. So yeah, I wanted to hold these things in there. So what do you think? Do you like this boho look? Does it look too messy? I'm thinking it looks a little too messy for me, so I might repaint it and just do some transfers on it. And let me know which one that you guys like better once you see the second result. So here's the beautiful IOD transfers that I'm going to put on it. It's called the Lost Garden, and it has all kinds of little small flowers. So you can cut these out, whichever design you want to put on your project, and it's simple as that. You just burnish them on with the tool that comes with it, and just pull back on the transfer once you have it burnished and in the spot that you want. Let me know what you guys think of this transfer. Are you done?
He's so handsome.
So here's what it looks like with all the transfers. And I didn't put any at the back there because that's going to face the back of the wall. You won't really see it. So now I'm going to put a layer of polyacrylic on there to seal in the transfers. And I'm going to put some on the bottom again as well. This way it will allow me to wipe the piece as well. So friends, you're going to see the before and the after here. Give me a comment and let me know which one do you prefer. Do you prefer the boho? Do you prefer the transfers? Let me know in the comments. And let me know what you think of my sweet, sweet puppy. Isn't he adorable?